So the next will also be about the impact, and in this case, impact that SWIB had on a particular researcher. So welcome. One moment. Anchalee. Yeah, Julian's paper is also mentioned in the chat. So you can open your mic, share screen. Yeah. Video works.
So I can start now?
Yeah, we hear you. You only switch to full screen mode, and then you can start your presentation.
So can I start my presentation now?
Yes, you can start.
Okay, thank you very much. Hello, my name is Anchalee Panigabutra-Roberts. I'm the head of cataloging at the University of Tennessee Libraries on the flagship campus in Knoxville, Tennessee. Today, I will share with you how the Semantic Web in Libraries conference have influenced both my practice and my research agendas over the past 10 years.
Can you switch to full screen mode in your presentation?
It is full screen.
It's on the other screen, I suppose. So we are seeing the PowerPoint editor.
Oh, sorry. Just a second.
Maybe, yeah, yes, now, thanks.
Okay. I'm sorry, I didn't realize it was in two screens, so you can see the screen okay now? Okay, thank you. So the focus of my presentation today would be on the timeline of my participation in SWIB conference and their impact on both my research and practice over the years. SWIB community and forum on linked open data in libraries and related organizations help us learn deeper about linked data and the diverse applications we can apply in our own practices and also in research agendas. I hope my case is a testament on SWIB's benefits and to also share my gratitude for what SWIB has offered to me over the years. In this timeline, it represents some of my key presentation and publication impacted by my first lesson on semantic web and linked data from SWIB 2014 conference in Bonn, with more presentation and not included here. The highlights include SWIB conference in 2014, where I learned about linked data and semantic web with a hands-on workshop from creating the data set and writing the query on the data. SWIB 2015, where I present on my finding on researcher identifiers and linked data used by the faculty at the American University in Cairo libraries. Then Open Science Conference in 2018 to access the metadata model based on the metadata elements used by researcher identifier system. In 2019, at Linked Data in Libraries, or LD4 conference, I was accepted to present on my experience with learning and creating Wikidata named entities in data visualization applications in Wikidata. In the same year, my book chapter on researcher identifiers and their service types was published with the results from AUC study presented at SWIB 2015, including the chapter In 2020, I continue exploring Wikidata as linked data to trace the history of robotics back to al-Jazari, the mathematician, engineer, artist, and inventor from the Artukid dynasty of Jazira in Mesopotamia from the 12th century. Earlier this year, my research on ORCID user at UT Knoxville got published in a peer-reviewed journal, and I present on this study's finding at NISO plus Global Online, a conference and Coalition for Network Information's pre-recorded project briefing series earlier this year. These are the impact of SWIB conference as a major platform for my learning and sharing about linked data and researcher identifiers over the years. In the following slides, I will share more details about what I have learned and about linked data and researcher ID as linked data. During SWIB 2014 in Bonn, my journey of exploration and application of linked data began. This is where I learned about Semantic Web, linked data, and Wikidata for the first time. I learned the concept of linked data and its application firsthand via the workshop, Introduction to Linked Open Data by Felix Ostrowski and Adrian Pohl. This workshop was tremendously helpful to get a deeper understanding on how linked data works with hands-on coding and writing queries to see the results. We use the RDF turtle that allows writing down an RDF graph in a compact textual form. We also learn how to use Sparkle Query to retrieve the data from the triple store. I also learned about Wikidata, BibFrame, and schema.org for the first time at this conference. In the subsequent years, both Wikidata and BibFrame had the actual impact on my work and research agenda. Next, at SWIB 2015 conference in Hamburg, I returned to present on researcher identity management in 21st century network world, a pilot study of
Sorry for interruption. We still see the first slide. Have you switched slides yet?
I have. Can you see it okay? Can you see my slide okay now?
It's stuck at the first slide. If you have skipped to other slides, we don't see them.
You didn't see any?
We
Can
only
you
see
see?
the first slide, your title slide.
Can you see it now?
No, still only the title slide.
Let me try to stop sharing and try again.
Now we see your cursor at least. Huh?
Yeah. How about this time?
We see the first title slide, but if you have skipped to following slides, it doesn't work.
Right now I'm on timeline. Have you seen my timeline slide?
No.
I stopped sharing and let me see. I try again.
Yeah, try again.
So can you see this better now?
Now it's a editor, but maybe you can increase the size.
If I do presentation, please let me know if you. I try present. How about this? Can you see the slide on timeline?
No, now it's presenting on another screen, but we see the PowerPoint editor. Yes, now we see the timeline.
Good. Yeah.
Can you switch the slides back and forth? Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know why it switched and oh.
No, switch does not work.
I have an
students.
unstable Zoom. I'm sorry. I try again. Maybe I just use the editor. That'd be easier.
Yeah.
Okay. I the Zoom quit too. I had an unstable Zoom. I'm sorry. Maybe I should turn off my camera. Would that help? Let's try
I
that.
think that's not the issue. If you now start screen sharing again.
So I will stay with this for now.
Yeah,
then.
so keep at this view and then go through the slides. I think that's doable.
Okay. So I will do that. So in Bonds, I have learned on hands-on workshop on RDF triple and also Sparkle query. At Hamburg, I've switched to do research and present my research on the pilot study of the American University in Cairo faculty on how to explore how best to represent the faculty and their scholarly and creative work as linked data. While the finding highlights the dominance of LC name authority, it led to my findings on the scholars' usage of ORCIDs and Scopus. This work is the basis for my future research and publication on researcher identifiers in general, and later with emphasis on ORCID as a main identifier. At Open Science Conference in 2018, I also came back to present a poster session on research identifier, metadata, scholarly communication in the linked data environment, the implication for the University of Tennessee, Knoxville. Based on the SWIB 2015 conference, I look at the difference among researcher identifiers, particularly on their metadata elements. I collect the data based on the metadata elements used by the key and popular researcher identifier system at the time, which are the Library of Congress Name Authority File, Virtual International Authority File, International Standard Name Identifier or ISNI, ORCID Scopus, Researcher ID, Google Scholar, Microsoft Academic, ResearchGate, and Academic EDU, Mendeley, LinkedIn, Symplectic Element, and Pivot. I identify the commonly used metadata elements among these systems with the conclusion that the metadata elements vary based on the type of service, professional or self-service, the type of organization hosting the service and its business model that is not for profit or for-profit organization. This typology helps us understand how the data and open access on the data access and rights of the researcher for their data within this system and of libraries and archives for archiving this data, and also the openness of data and the interoperability among these systems. With the research earlier from Semantic Web 2015 and the poster session at Open Science Conference in 2018, I wrote the book chapter, The Tale of Three Service Types for Researcher Identifier and Ethical Implication on Access to Information and Representation of Authors. In this book, Ethical Question in Name Authority Control, published by Library Joyce Press in 2019. In 2019, I also start learning and creating Wikidata items. I share my experience in the lightning talk and experiments with name entity in Wikidata at University of Tennessee Libraries at the 2019 Linked Data in Libraries Conference in May at Harvard University. I present on my experience with learning and creating Wikidata name entities and data visualization application in Wikidata. The slides image is based on the Wikidata item I create from my publications that I use the Sparkle query to visualize the timeline of my publication within the Wikidata platform. You can see the live data using the short URL I share on this slide. In that presentation, I also share how other data visualization tools in Wikidata, such as ORCID, Scholar, and Resonator, can be used to add ORCID identifiers and create the patterns and timeline of publication and scholarly communication. In SWIB 2020, when COVID had hit us, SWIB had gone online. It came back to present on building Wikidata, one branch of knowledge at a time, a case of al-Jazari automaton, and the history of robotics. I discuss how I use Wikidata as linked data to trace the history of robotics back to al-Jazari, the mathematician, engineer, artist, and inventor from the Artukid dynasty of Jazira in Mesopotamia since the 12th century. This concept cloud displays the complexity of creating each Wikidata item, especially when dealing with non-Roman scripts such as Arabic in this case, and extensive research to confirm the data with their references, such as finding the manuscript from the Bodleian Library at Oxford University to include in each Wikidata item. From 20 to 25, I have focused on adding ORCID identifiers to our catalog and name authority records, both in our local ALMA catalog and in OCLC WorldCat, especially from our ETD authors and their faculty advisor. This practice started when our cataloging team project got accepted into the Library of Congress program for cooperative cataloging URI in Mark Pilot at the end of 2020. Since then, we have been adding ORCIDs as supplied by the authors of ETDs and for the advisor when available to the catalog and authority records. I present on this project an ongoing practice at the 26th International Symposium on Electronic Thesis and Dissertation in 2023 in India. I also got a research grant to support the study of UTK ORCID user that resulted in the published article in the Journal of Librarianship and Scholarly Communication in June this year, and with 2 presentations based on this study for the Coalition of Network Information's pre-recording project briefing series this summer and at NISO Plus Global Online Conference in September. So these are I want to focus on the study. We found that there are disciplinary difference among the ORCID user at UTK, with engineering as a top user of ORCIDs, possibly due to the engineering having the highest expenditure of grant funding among other disciplines at UTK. I also found that faculty rank is also a major factor in the faculty usage of ORCIDs, especially among assistant professors on the tenure track. You can find more details of my finding in the journal articles. So these are the list of publication and presentation that have been benefit and impact by my first learning of linked data and semantic web from SWIB and other conference. So over the years, ORCID identifiers user and Wikidata user and item continue to grow. ORCID has reached its 10 million users this year. As for Wikidata, it has been used to provide knowledge graph for Wikipedia, and the Library of Congress program for cooperative cataloging also support the use of Wikidata in both the cataloging and metadata workflows among its members. Locally, our library service platform, ALMA and Primo VE, we activate the person-entity knowledge graph connecting to their Wikidata and Wikipedia pages, so our catalog user can learn more about the authors and contributors of our materials. We also continue to enhance our catalog records to add ORCID identifiers to our ETD authors and their faculty's name in both the catalog and authority records in WorldCat and in our local catalog. I also serve on the advisory board for OCLC Entities Project that also link authority entity data with catalog and metadata records. These are some of the impact on my practice and research from what I have learned from attending and presenting at SWIB and other linked data conference. They do
Thank
have,
you. Yeah.
just one more. They do have the real world impact on our library user and in our practice, as well as on my research agenda. So thank you very much, SWIB. I look forward to my next return to share more ideas and to learn what's new in semantic web in libraries. Thank you.
Yeah, it's great to hear the impact of SWIB, and this and the previous talks also show the importance of community. It's not enough to just show a technology and then it's everything clear, but we learn step by step. I'm looking for a question. Yeah, one question that I have is you directly participated in a lot of events and learned at SWIB and elsewhere, but not everyone can do so. So have you tried to give some internal talks for your colleagues, or how do you spread the word in your organization?
It is in, I add stuff in our open repository, and also my CV and ORCID also have all of this data. I contribute to, I think I forgot there was a platform that's open in Europe that I use, but most of the time it is in trace metadata. Sometimes I did bring it to share with my own colleagues internally too, yes. But all of these are open, and then it is in my institutional repository, so anyone can link. That's why I share all these links, they're all open. So, and most of those are in some kind of repository. But if you get to my ORCID, you get everything. That's why. That's
yeah,
why.
everything is linked.
That's why ORCID is more powerful that way.
Okay. Yeah, I don't see any more questions, and we are on time. So thanks all of you for participating, and we'll see tomorrow with the lightning talks. We have 5 interesting lightning talks. So at 14 UTC, we will start and then have 2 more sessions. So see you tomorrow at the last day of SWIB Conference 25.